Hi friends, there might be a little bit of background noise happening here, but this is the only chance that I'm going to have today to do this video. So I will try my best to filter it out. But there is something I wanted to share with you about my previous channel, so stick with me. Maybe grab yourself a cocktail. I decided to sit in the sun for this because you could just see all the sparkles, and today it makes me feel festive. It's like having a cocktail without actually having one. So I hope that brings a smile to your day. Why I'm here is it's interesting actually. I tried sharing a post about reusing content and all of that, thinking it might help somebody. Now, it's interesting because I tried to share this before a couple times, and so I went to do it again, and then it literally just disappeared because I thought that it would be easier for me to do a post than a video. I'm just going to do the video. Please stick with me because maybe this information would help you. I know sometimes people talk about reusing content on YouTube, and if it's a good idea, how you do it, the potential drawbacks, so on and so forth, and what have you. So there are, of course, pros and cons to any situation, right? Well, in my case, now I had put a video out there like a month ago, and there were a lot of questions, and it was a short, so a lot of people were seeing it, and I felt like it needed more clarification, but people don't necessarily always find you on a short and then go back to watch you later on. It's either now or never type of situation a lot of times, right? So anywho, I figured I would just get rid of it because it was not clear and I didn't want to mislead anybody, okay? It's a very specific situation with what happened to me and how I did it. So I want you to make sure that you're taking some kind of notes and pay attention to what I'm saying and do your homework before you try to reuse content, because like I said, it can be an effective strategy. However, in my particular case, now I'm not any kind of expert, okay? There's a lot of cotton flying around in the air. I'm sorry. Anyways, so what happened to me and why it happened that way, I understand this now, and I was kind of reactive when I shared the short, and that's why I took it down, because I didn't want to mislead anybody, and I figured it was better to put this out there in this way so that maybe somebody can go back to it. Anyway, what happened to me was I have a few different YouTube channels. I still do, because when I had my larger original channel, I started back in 2018, and my very first channel name was Mimi Loves Yarn. So I never intended it to be that name, but I had a channel on YouTube like a lot of people do. There was no content or anything, and I would watch videos. The very first crochet videos that I watched was Crochet Crowd, and I learned about the furls, candy hooks. I was watching crochet, you know, that's in this community, okay, in the yarn community. I was watching the Crochet Crowd, and I watched Crystal from Bag a Day. I saw her, somebody here. No, okay. So I watched Crystal's videos, and you know, I was just watching different things on YouTube. I watched Kristen. And the guys are home. So I just heard the dump truck go by. So anyways, I watched Kristen Amdahl's videos. Those were the first YouTube videos that I was really crocheting anything with, and I was learning how to make shawls and stuff like that. And then I watched a crochet butterfly video by Crystal at Bag a Day. So I had just made Mimi Loves Yarn just so I could interact or comment and say hi, how are you, that sort of thing. So it kind of evolved. I was watching different videos, and I was looking for a lovey tutorial, and I found Jeanette's video from DIY Creations. Then so I made the lovey, and I said, beautiful video, whatever, thank you, and however the conversation went. And then I stumbled across ZEE's video, who's a very good friend of mine now, by the way, ZEE from Zelda NRJ3. So I stumbled across her video talking about darn good yarn, and I was like, man, this chick is really cool. And she crochets? Get out of here. And look at the cool yarn, look at the cool shit she's making. And I thought, man, that is so cool. I need to try some of this yarn. So I did. I ordered some of the yarn from her link, and then the next thing you know, I was making a YouTube video, my very first video. That's how I very first started. So that's kind of the long and short of it, but there really was nothing in between. I was just watching these YouTube videos as Mimi Loves Yarn, just an anonymous person with no content. And then once I found ZEE, I was like, okay, I could be friends with this chick. I want to be friends with her. I found my people, and that's how it started. So I found ZEE, and I said, I really, I need to do what she's doing. Okay, this yarn is cool as hell. She's cool, and look at the cool poncho she's wearing. All right, I need to get on board with this. So I ordered the yarn, I did my video. Fast forward probably maybe 6 months or a year later, I stumbled across a video by Priscilla at Distinctively Handcrafted. So Priscilla, I'm like, man, this girl is so talented. I saw all of her, I was looking at the stuff that she was crocheting. I'm like, this is beautiful. So I commented, and I said, you are so talented. Like, look how beautiful, all the stuff that you're doing. And I said, you should come over to Jeanette's channel, DIY Creations 7. It was DIY Creations 7 at that time. I said, you should come over. We're on every Sunday. You would really like everybody. And she's commented back. She said, oh my God, you are commenting on my videos. You're watching me. She said, I see your videos, and oh my God, thank you so much. And she said, I've seen Jeanette's chats, but I just hang out and I don't say anything. I said, no, it's a very welcoming group of people. Jeanette is wonderful. She'll totally welcome you. So speak up, say something. Fast forward all these years later, they are crochet besties. So you never know how these things are going to connect you. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why I was crushed when I lost my channel. So I am getting back to that. What happened was I have a few different accounts. One's under my maiden name. One is a nickname, like an assumed name that I go by everywhere, Mimi Fox. So it's a nickname. Well, they're under different email accounts. YouTube has a very thought out approach. They literally show you in the drop down menu your Google account name, which is like your email address, and the YouTube channel's underneath that. Well, I don't know what I was thinking, but I didn't pay attention to that. I just went to select one channel. I went to the other one to grab the video, change it, put it on mine. Well, basically they thought that I was, pirating somebody's videos, and I was really just me trying to access my own stuff. They sent me messages. Your video did not upload. Needs attention. I ignored it. They sent it to me again. I couldn't find it. I'm looking on my different accounts. I couldn't find it. They sent me warnings. I couldn't find that either. So I got locked out, and all my videos were gone. They took my channel down. So that's the long and short of it. So if you're doing these things, if you're reusing, you are allowed to do that. you've got to change certain things, research, do your homework, but do not flip between different accounts. You would have to download, I would think, you would have to download from one account and download it to your device. Log into the appropriate account. Then upload the changed video there and make sure it's off the other channel. I didn't do all those things in the right order, so that's why this happened to me. I needed to start over. I had talked with my good friend Setta at Setta's Place numerous times about starting fresh, doing something different. I mean, not that I'm not sharing crochet or thrifting or knitting or crafts or coffee or tea and gardens and all this stuff. Still doing all of that, but I wanted to put it out there in a different way to reconnect with people so they didn't forget about me and they didn't get frustrated that I kept changing my channel name. Not flaky or indecisive. I was changing it because I wanted to be seen again, because a lot of people forgot about me. I made the mistake of joining, it's another thing, I joined sub for sub parties. Those were all just basically fake followers that never interacted. That takes your algorithm and tanks it. The other thing was joining a channel or two. I'm not going to say who, probably nobody was watching this. Oh yeah, if you join for a certain membership, you're guaranteed X amount of subscribers. Those are all dead subscribers. YouTube catches on to that, and they will give you the heave-ho, all right? They catch on to that. They pull your videos out of the algorithm. That's what was happening to me. No matter what I was doing, no matter what content I put out there, literally the same handful of people, maybe at best, were seeing my videos. Nobody else was seeing them. So these are the things I'm sharing with you so that you do not do the same thing. You certainly can. You reuse your content. There's a right way to go about it. You have to make sure you're doing it the right way so you don't get in trouble. The other thing is, I have to say thank you to my good friend Setta. She has been incredibly supportive over the years. She has listened to my 1 a.m. texts crying because I couldn't figure something out, or I didn't understand why people weren't interested in my videos anymore. I'm going to get emotional. We met during a chat at the Secret Yarnery. You never know these connections that you make with people that are going to pull you into a community or help you down the road to become part of your life in a way that nobody else in your daily life, like your daily personal life, can. So I encourage you, if you are watching this and you're afraid to start YouTube, don't. Just start it. Just do it. And who cares what somebody thinks? Who cares if people go on and you're worried about what they're going to say about your videos, or if you're sharing the right thing or not sharing the right thing? Just do you. Share what's from your heart. Connect with people from your heart, and you just can't go wrong. So that being said, I cried a river missing some videos that I originally did that brought me connected with everybody. But I'm still here. I've basically started over. This is a channel that I kind of revived. I had like fiber arts or something, like weaving videos on it. So this is the only place that I'm going to be now. I can't handle doing another one. I can't handle the same thing happening again. So it's just going to be here. This is it. Not changing the name. Can't go through any of that again. I have an Instagram with the same name, Yarn and Soul. It's never going to change. The Cozy Fox is still like a brand, but that's for my local business, and I'm keeping that totally separate. This is just for me and you, connecting over yarn, crocheting and knitting, having coffee, enjoying conversations. That's it. Yarn. It's all about yarn and soul, my friend. And that's it. I'm not going anywhere. It's not changing. It's new. It's old and new at the same time, but it's always me. So I love you all, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.